A funny thing, this language we speak and write in. How simple it is to place meaning into words by breathing life into them, as He did unto us. The words that without life would just be letters, symbols unrecognizable as anything more than something to look upon by those who have not the ability to translate them. I stand before Him with clear understanding and righteous knowledge on His word, He that is the Word, He that with great wisdom and a heavy heart has placed His tremendous responsibility into the hands of His great people. Many of His people have been misled by the translation of His true word. The sixth commandment is the most notable of these confusing misconceptions. And so they refuse to murder a single living soul because of this false translation. The word kill or murder in the law, thou shalt not kill, is the Hebrew word rasah or ritzkak. Even the word harag, which was used to explain Cain's vicious crime of killing his brother Abel, leaves much to be deciphered. Many different words for a singular act. But these terminologies can easily be solved by His word in the great book of Daniel. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. I am made wise by His grace, and His authority has been granted to me by divine right. For He is the minister of God to thee and for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for He beareth not the sword in vain, for He is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Romans chapter 13, verse 4. And thus the righteous act of executing those who have transgressed His will cannot be denied by any means. This brings me to Jonathan Norris. Jonathan Norris, charged with child molestation and sexually abusing his own daughter on May 4th, 1987. After a short prison sentence, Mr. Norris went on to commit further crimes, including the sexual assault and murder of 15-year-old Jasmine Bernardo after following her home on the night of April 18, 1988. The attack lasted half an hour in front of her parents' house, and the blade he stabbed her with was never found. The case was thrown out of court due to faulty paperwork and lazy legal processes. And of course, due to double jeopardy, Mr. Norris was as good as scot-free, but not from his wrath. I patiently waited. After a long day of work, Mr. Norris came home and didn't realize his trusty bottle of brandy had been tampered with. He was unconscious within minutes. He spent the next few days in the basement level of the abandoned mill I had purchased just months earlier. I tried to reason with Mr. Norris. I tried to minister to him, to break him of his evil ways, but his word fell upon deaf ears. There is just no reasoning with animals. I have written this before and do not want to relive the details out of boredom. But armed with medical wonders, I kept him alive long enough for he and I to share every intimacy of his inner being. Together we dissected his manhood, and I explained the wonders of his creation over the mixed sounds of Mr. Norris's muffled screams and the beautiful recorded voices of the chorus of children reciting powerful hymns on my built-in stereo system. Most people go on living oblivious to the greatest intricacies of the human body. Proof that he undoubtedly exists, sewn into every cell, every fiber of our being. But these words too fell upon Mr. Norris's deaf ears. Even at the very end, all he could do was plead to have me stop his great work, without ever realizing to ask for forgiveness. I sang to Mr. Norris the hymn that shows no hard feeling, a hymn that carried his stained soul to the gates of judgment, a hymn that let him know that this was and always will be the resolution to his problem, and to the problems of the many others I have exacted vengeance upon. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrow like sea billow roll, wherever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul.